In the previous episode, we explored the neighborhoods of San Telmo when its renowned Sunday market was in full action. Our adventure in Buenos Aires will continue as I had to rush back to my hotel when pouring rain started to fall from the sky. Yeah, folks, just got back into my hotel. So it started raining really bad outside. It appears that there aren't any things I can do, but I was able to secure a ticket to a performance at the Colón Theater, which is taking place in about 30 minutes. So I better get going, and I'll see you at Teatro Colón. Yeah, folks, it's raining like crazy here, and behind me, can't really see it, can't you? Well, I can't see it either. So behind me right here, gosh, that's Teatro Colón. So we're gonna go in and watch a ballet performance, and I'm not sure who's performing, but the show is gonna be the Swan Lake. So I have watched a performance Swan Lake in Russia at the Mariinsky Theater in Vladivostok. I also went to the Mariinsky Theater in St. Petersburg and watched another ballet performance there. But for Swan Lake, I went to the one in Vladivostok, and I can tell you I absolutely loved it. And for this one, well, I did not get a chance to score a seat, so I think it's only gonna be a standing room only. But hey, I realized they only charged me about $5 Canadian on credit card, so that's about $4 US, or maybe even less. Supposedly, Teatro Colón is one of the best constructed opera house in the Americas, and that includes both North and South America, from Canada all the way down to Argentina and Chile. Yeah, folks, why don't we go in and take a look? The current Teatro Colón, or the Columbus Theater you see today, was completed in 1908. Again, during Argentina's booming age. There was also another Teatro Colón which stood right next to Plaza de Mayo, but was closed and eventually demolished following the current theater's construction. In my opinion, this theater indeed rivals many great opera houses in Europe, as it definitely reminded me of the Mariinsky Theater in St. Petersburg and La Fenice in Venice, when I first saw what the main auditorium looked like after I got inside. The funny story was, the actual tour of Teatro Colón was more expensive than my ballet show ticket. But in return, I didn't get a chance to see what the rest of the opera house was like. Anyways, I was just happy that I was able to get in and see the theater for cheap, and also experience what watching Swan Lake in Argentina was like. That was the main purpose. Just standing room. Alright, so I just got out of the Teatro Colón during this intermission of the Swan Lake. Yeah, because I've watched Swan Lake before. If you know Swan Lake very well, of course, intermission takes place when an asshole killed a swan. Yeah, and that's how I know. And after that, I was ready to make my way out. And the good news is that the rain kind of stopped, just raining a little bit. Anyway, so how was the performance? The performance was okay. Like, it was just ballet and with symphony orchestra. There's nothing spectacular. Because I tell you, the performance by Mariinsky Theater in Russia, that one was absolutely impressive and spectacular. And this one, well, you cannot compare this to the Mariinsky Theater, of course. I mean, I only paid like $5 Canadian to attend this one, so I did not have high expectation. But anyways, we still have some time to kill before we end our last night here in Buenos Aires. And the performance kind of reminded me of the tango dancers more than ballet dancers. And I happen to know a place, I'm not sure if it's taking place right now because of the weather condition, that you get to see locals dancing with tango music. Again, I've only heard about this one. I do not know how it compares to the tango performances we saw in San Telmo earlier today. But yeah, why don't we go take the subway ride and find out. I was referring to one of the hundreds of Milonga events that hold dancing sessions almost on a daily basis in venues across Buenos Aires. Not only you get to see authentic local dancing scenes, very often there are also dance classes offered either by donation or for a fee for everybody, beginners included. You can find more information on the website or Milonga for schedules, venues, and what to expect. The event I was planning to go was the weekly, supposedly very popular Milonga La Glorieta in the Belgrano neighborhood. I knew the weather wasn't ideal on that day, and it was getting dark. But like I said, I had the time to spare. So why not just go there and see it myself? Maybe it was going to be one of those unforgettable experiences I would regret so much if I chose not to go. And if that's the case, it would also be the perfect way to end our Buenos Aires adventure. Alright, it started raining again, but right now I am in the neighborhood of Belgrano at one of the parks called Parque Barrancas de Belgrano. So during the weekend evenings, there is an outdoor milonga known as La Glorieta happening. It's raining right now, but there are already people dancing in the gazebo over there. Yeah, despite the bad weather today, certainly it did not quench people's passion of getting together and enjoying the night. But it appears that the folks are not doing the tango-like dancing or dancing to milonga music. They're just here dancing around. But it's still interesting to see. I wish I could come back on a different day when the weather is nicer. But that will have to be until the next time I'm in Buenos Aires. This was the best I could experience during this trip for the local milonga scene. As the rain increased its intensity, I know that it was probably the time for me to leave. Yeah, and for our adventure in Buenos Aires, I'd like to end it here. I took the subway back to Microcentro. I was wet and hungry, despite the huge lunch I had in San Telmo. I never imagined that the final evening of my time in Buenos Aires was going to end this way. Does it really have to be like this? Alright, you think the adventure really ends here? Well, think again. Yes, you're right. This time we're gonna do a food test of one of the most popular fast food places here in Argentina. The name of the restaurant is called Mostaza. And the thing I'm gonna test today is actually the signature line hamburger of Emiliano Martinez, known as Dibu. So if you are familiar with the 2022 Qatar World Cup, so he was the goalkeeper for Argentina, aka the one who stopped a very threatening French goal that almost ended Messi's World Cup champion dream. But Dibu did not let it happen, and eventually he led the team into becoming the world champions of 2022. And being such a popular figure here in Argentina, of course, you see his faces everywhere, and including now we have a signature line of hamburger that was endorsed by him. So let's find out how it tastes. So I bought a combo and it came with a beer, and this is called Quimes, and this is a local Argentinian beer. I've had it before, but like we're just gonna have it again. This is, I would say, not a very good beer. It tastes really light. It does not taste like a very rich lager. This is comparable to some of the lagers you might have tried from some Asian brands, but yeah, compared to draft beer or any major beer brands from Europe, like this is not as good, but it's beer. I'll take it. And of course we also have fries right here. Ooh. Check out the fries. And first now we've got the burger. This is, oh my gosh, this is such a huge burger. Wow. And I also ordered sundae, which I ate while I was in the restaurant because it was really hard to transport from a restaurant back to my hotel room. See, it even has my name on it. Alright, now we've got everything. What are we waiting for? Let's dig in. First, let's try the fries. It's already seasoned, that's why you don't see any ketchups or any other condiments that were dropped in the takeaway bag, because this one is just perfect. Very similar to McDonald's fries. Yeah, I mean, if one day McDonald's pulled out of Argentina, like how they pulled out of Russia, I think Argentinians are going to be happy with McDonald's, I guess. Oh, by the way, I had McDonald's here. It just tastes like McDonald's. Okay, so that was a little bit too dry, and let's get some beer. Yeah, just plain beer. I don't even think the alcohol content is appropriate. Let me take a look. Yeah, 3%. No, actually it says 3 degrees is the ideal temperature for beer. Nah, whatever. It's tastes pretty light to me. Now let's take a look at the one we've been waiting for. This is called the Mega Double Dibu Smoked Barbecue. Like I mentioned earlier, Dibu being the nickname for Emiliano Martinez. And this is his signature line of hamburger. Well, let's take a look. Oh my gosh, this is huge. It has 2 huge meat patties in there. And I remember when I was ordering, they were asking, do you need an extra one? I said no. I thought it's gonna be a small burger, but holy, how is it possible somebody can eat more than 3 patties in a burger like this? So other than the patties, let's also take a look at what else is inside. Wow. Cheese, tomatoes, barbecue sauce. Oh my gosh, it's stuck to the whole box. Look at this. Wow. All this cheese at bottom of the box, I have to finish them. But first, let's try this. Wow! It's so juicy, it literally exploded in my mouth. I have no idea what I just ate, but everything mixed all together just as one perfect piece. So let me try another bite. I thought it was just the bread. The bread is so soft. And then there was something else that's so chewy, so juicy. You want to guess what that is? That's the patty. I've never had any patty for any fast food I've tried with patties with qualities like this. This is the best quality patty I've ever had for any fast food burger anywhere in the world. This is even better than some of the patties I've had at fine dining restaurants. Wow, this is unreal. I can't even stop. Let me do another bite. And the beer. Folks, this is heaven. And of course, let's not forget about this cheese here. I'm just gonna use my hand. Oh my god. This is next level. Folks, if you ever come to Argentina, I mean, I've seen this restaurant Mostaza also in Cordoba, in Rosario, but I think there's way more shops here in Buenos Aires. So if you ever come to Argentina and you come across this fast food restaurant, I highly recommend trying it out. Of course, if you have a chance, definitely also try the Dibu smoked barbecue burger as well. This is so good. The only downside is this whole combo is a little bit expensive. Believe it or not, I've had fantastic steaks cheaper than the price of this combo. But again, normally for steaks, you have to order sides and other drinks and those are all extra. Whereas for this combo, everything's all included. And of course, for the beer, you have to pay a very small fee for upgrades. And even after that, if you want to order a sundae ice cream like I did, you'll also get a discount on that as well. This is so good. I'm just gonna chill the night away. Ciao. Right before I left for the airport, I went to El Obelisco one last time to bid a proper farewell to Buenos Aires. For now. On the way back to my hotel, I began to think about the things I had seen in my Argentina adventure by that point and asked myself this question. Despite being named after the mythical land of silver, what is the single most valuable treasure that Argentina has today? Each person's experience could be different, but in my case, the single most valuable treasure of modern-day Argentina that stood out to me was its people, manifested through passion. Passion looks a lot different in each and every single one of us. It could be the way how my friend Ted's son looked at his newborn daughter. It could be how my mentors Richie and Sandy reminisce their times of visiting family in Buenos Aires. Yes, this Buenos Aires. During this journey, it was the passion of people that touched me in moments like these. For football players like Maradona and Messi, it was their passion for the game that made them two of the greatest players of all time, and continue to inspire the future generations of Argentinians. For Boca Junior fans, their passions for the club seem to be something eternal, no matter if the team will be winning or losing. For all the tango dancers, the passions for the dance could easily be seen through their eyes and their moves. For all the street artists, their passions were doing what they were good at in front of strangers, rain or shine, with only one person who's merely passing by, or with a crowd of audience. For fighters like mothers of Plaza 25 de Mayo, their passions transcend from one generation to another to ensure that tragedies will not happen again, and people's lives will only get better and become more dignified as time goes on. After all these things intertwined in my mind, I came to the conclusion that passion is the love of life and the respect of life. As for why it matters to every single one of us, I couldn't help but think about and eventually agree with the words of my friend Big Orange. Because passion is life, and life is all about passion.